Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven Maureen and I am making my very first Halloween costume with Simplicity pattern 9088. This is a flapper costume and I went all the way out. I bought the jewelry, the shoes, the headband, and I am so into this. It's going to be Gatsby themed, and this is my overlay fabric with the sequins and the silver poly satin. So let's get into this. So on Sunday, I started cutting this out. This is not a vintage pattern. This is a period costume, if you will. So it's maybe like 4 pieces that I had to cut out: the front, the back, and the skirt. And I had to use the skirt pieces twice because it's pretty much the same pattern piece for the front and the back. So first I cut my poly satin. Now this is going to be my underlining fabric and my lining fabric because the blouse has a lining, which is great because I'm using sequin fabric, but it is going to require me to cut extra pieces. So now that all the poly satin pieces are cut, I'm going to get into my sequin fabric. Now this has a scalloped edge that I want to preserve for the bottom of the skirt, and so I'm going to try my best to cut this that way it keeps that piece, and also I won't have to do a hem if I keep the scalloped edge. Hey y'all, so it's Thursday and I'm gonna start working on my Halloween costume. I know, like, I started cutting on Sunday and I just like took 3 days to just sit down after that. And it's not because like it was too hard to cut. I honestly just didn't feel like sewing. So now I feel like I'm ready to approach this. I'm gonna start on the skirt first, and I'm actually going to do like a small rolled hem on the skirt because my edges are scalloped on my lace. I'll show you. So with those edges being scalloped like that, I want to make sure that I have a finished hem on the satin lining first, and then also make that one big skirt piece, and you guys are going to see that. But I have about an hour, maybe 45 minutes before I have to get ready for Zumba. So I'm going to try and do some of the skirt. I'm going to play some music, set my alarm, and just try and go with it. Alright, so now the hem is finished, and so I'm going to do my overlay. And so you just either use your Wonder clips or your pins, and you pin around all of the edges, and then you'll do a basting stitch along those edges. So this came out really good, and I'm going to do this for both skirt pieces. By the way, here's me filming some reels and shorts content. So because I don't want to harm my serger, I decided to do French seams on the skirt to enclose the raw edges, which will honestly make it a bit more comfortable if I was to wear it for a long period of time. And so I'm doing that right here. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about French seams for the blouse because it has a lining. And then when it came to the elastic waistband, I did a bias tape closure. Now granted, the sequins part on the elastic band, honestly, I can't get away from it. But if I wear an undershirt or a long camisole, I think I'll be fine. But I decided to make this really neat and enclose those raw edges in a unique type of way. I didn't have any gray bias tape, so I chose navy blue. Don't judge me. Then I also layered up my fabric like how I did for the skirt, and so I did that on the front bodice piece and the back bodice piece. So my rule of thumb is, because this has darts, my rule of thumb is always make your fabric one big piece of fabric and then go in and do your darts. That way it reduces bulk and you don't have any weird markings here. You just kind of treat it as one big piece of fabric. So I just made like a really silly mistake. It happens. Anyway, so I thought that these were fabric pieces that I had to cut. And no, babe. I just needed to cut the interfacing like this and then put it on the lining pieces. I wonder if I can peel this off. Or, no. I wonder if I can peel it off. Let me see. I got this on here good, didn't I? Alright. Alright, I just have to cut new interfacing pieces. Okay, so I fixed the issue and I attached the interfacing to the actual lining pieces like how I was supposed to originally. And this is how it should look. So now I'm going to sew this up at the shoulders just like how I did this right here. And I think they probably want me to do some type of burrito method. I haven't really looked that far into it, but that's what I'm guessing. So we'll do that too. By the way, if you want more information about how to do a burrito method, I have a tutorial on this channel and I'll link it down in the description for you. So per the instructions, I am putting right sides together for the blouse piece here, and I am putting wonder clips around the neckline on the front and the back, and I'm matching up those seam lines, and then I'm also going to pin the armholes as well, and then I'm going to take this to my machine and sew everything down. And just like any good old burrito method, go ahead and clip in those curves around the armholes and the neckline, and then turn it right side out. Okay, so I have pressed it and understitched it and everything, and now it's like you have to open up that lining piece and literally sew down the sides, which should be easy enough, I think. So I have to do this on both sides. So it kind of reminds me of putting together a vest, and so I take the two lining pieces and the outer pieces, and it's like you just kind of like put the sequin sides together and the lining pieces together, and then you just pin it. As it turns out, you literally take the same seams in the back, and you do the same steps as you did on the side. And I think this is going to be pretty easy. So I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to put dinner in the crock pot and charge my camera, go to Zumba class, and hopefully come back home, finish after dinner, and all I'll have to do is add the fringe and do the hem at that point. So not too bad for a Sunday afternoon of sewing, if I do say so myself. Okay, so I just got back from dance and Zumba and eating and all this stuff, and I'm gonna try and add this trim tonight. I noticed like the trim lines, or not the trim, the fringe lines are about 4 inches apart on the blouse, and I'm not really sure how I'm gonna like mark that, just because it's sequins. It just seems really complicated. So this could either be a really great teachable moment, or this could be a disaster. And it's kind of late now, so I'm like, we'll see how much my patience will wear on this. Okay, so I know it probably looks a little wild, but the lines going on the center back or the center front, that's like for like the little bejeweled one, if you decide to do the this cover look here. The arch ones on the bottom are for the fringe. So I know that the first layer is going to be probably easier than all the other layers, and like I said earlier, we'll just see where it takes us. I have more than enough fringe, at least guessing by how much I bought. I should have more than enough fringe, but we just gonna see, y'all. We just gonna see. Hey, Blue. Hey, baby. Come here. Say hi. Hi, baby. All right, y'all. So, I am going to change my stitch to a zigzag stitch, because I feel like it covers more ground when it goes across the trim of the fringe, and instead of doing like a straight stitch. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to widen it just a little bit too. Yeah, that might be too much. Okay, that's probably a little better. All right. So 2 things here. For the second row, I decided to use Taylor's chalk and mark 4 inches from the top of the first fringe line, and this seemed to work. The other thing was that I decided to leave it at 2 rows of fringes, or fringe, because I just didn't think it needed a third, and I think I'm okay with that. Okay, y'all. So I just took some like really fun, like just some play pictures, mini dress rehearsal. I didn't put on the headband or anything like that. I'm gonna wear my hair in like a low bun, probably parted like to the side, and then put the headband on with all the other stuff for the real pictures. But you guys, it is so stunning. And I was nervous with the fringe. Like, I thought the fringe was gonna be the end, like the end as in it was gonna be in the trash. But this came out really, really nice. And to be honest with you, I feel like this could really go beyond Halloween, because people have like Gatsby themed parties all the time. Like they have them for New Year's, they have Gatsby themed weddings. They just have like those 1920s type parties and weddings and stuff like that. So to have this in my closet now is pretty neat, because if someone decides to just, invite me to a flapper or 1920s or Gatsby themed party, I have something ready to go. But this was a really fun Halloween costume. I am definitely about to make this a tradition as far as like making Halloween costumes, because I actually had fun with this. It really broke up the monotony of making ready to wear and just kind of like doing something fun and camp. So yeah, good night, you guys. See you later.